Cancer is an extremely prevalent disease in our society. Almost everyone knows someone who has had cancer or been affected by cancer. Years of research have been conducted to try and find a cure to cancer. There is recent gene therapy technology that may be paving the road to treating cancer. CRISPR-Cas9 is a new technology that can target specific DNA sequences to be used to cure cancer. I'm a genetics major at Purdue University and have studied cancer growth and possible treatments. CRISPR-Cas9 is a promising new technology that could provide a cure for cancer. Gene therapy is a new and experimental technique, but molecules like CRISPR-Cas9 could be the future of disease treatment and cure for lethal diseases like cancer. First, it is important to understand the mechanism of gene therapy so the process of CRISPR-Cas9 is easier to understand. Gene therapy is still an experimental technique, but is being used to help treat diseases that do not have cures yet. In the U.S. National Library of Medicine's article, What is Gene Therapy?, published in May of 2021, they explain that there are many proteins that can be used for gene therapy, but the main criteria are that it inserts a gene into the cell of a patient without using surgery or drugs. Another article by the U.S. National Library of Medicine titled, How Does Gene Therapy Work?, explains that gene therapy is accomplished by using a vector to transfer or deliver a new gene to the patient's cell by infecting it with its own DNA. Vectors called retroviruses are commonly used for gene therapy. They transfer their genetic material, which contains the gene of interest, into the chromosome of a patient's cell. Now that the basic principle of gene therapy has been outlined, the mechanism of CRISPR-Cas9 should be easier to understand. CRISPR stands for Clustered Regularly Interspaced Short Palindromic Repeats. According to an article by Ormond et al. In 2017 titled Human Germline Genome Editing, CRISPR is a sequence that functions as an adaptive immune system. CRISPR, when paired with the Cas9 protein, works as a great gene therapy tool. CRISPR-Cas9 targets a specific DNA sequence for individual gene editing. Ormond et al. Explained that this is accomplished because the Cas9 protein finds the target genome with the CRISPR guide RNA. Unlike a retrovirus, CRISPR does not infect a cell with viral DNA. It targets a specific genome sequence, cuts the mutation out, and replaces it with the gene of interest. Now we must discuss how this amazing technology can be used as a potential treatment for cancer. Cancer arises from genetic mutations that allow for uncontrolled cell growth. According to an article titled Oncogenes and Tumor Suppressor Genes, published by the American Cancer Society, there are two main mutations in cells that can lead to cancer: oncogenes and tumor suppressor genes. A mutation in a proto-oncogene leads to the formation of an oncogene, which promotes cell growth. A mutation in tumor suppressor genes halts cellular apoptosis. Both of these mutations allow cancer cells to grow unregulated. CRISPR is one of the most specific gene editing tools to date, making it easier to target specific gene sequences and mutations. An article published by the National Cancer Institute titled How CRISPR is Changing Cancer Research and Treatment in July of 2020 states that the technology doesn't actually target cancer cells, but instead targets T cells, which are the immune cells that have the potential to fight cancer. If these cells are genetically modified to become stronger against fighting cells with oncogene and tumor suppressor gene mutations, it would be a great step toward finding a treatment for cancer. We have discussed how CRISPR-Cas9 is a promising new technology that could provide a cure for cancer. Gene therapy as a general technique is new and experimental, but it can be used to treat complex diseases like cancer. Gene therapies like CRISPR-Cas9 could be the future of disease treatment and cure. The many people that have been affected by cancer can now see a potential cure for themselves and loved ones.